So we just climbed through 5,000 feet up on to our way of 7,000 feet, leaving Richmond, and I have Jerry here, a fellow Army Airborne veteran. We're taking Jerry up to Teterboro so we can go see to a doctor's appointment in New York City.
Right.
Now, Jerry, you spent some time in the Army.
I did.
Can you tell us about that?
Well, it was during the Vietnam era. I was through a draft lottery number in college of 39.
That's low.
Which was very low. It lasted me just 2 or 3 months after I got out of college. I graduated from Old Dominion University with a bachelor's in psychology. And so I signed up for OCS and went through basic and AIT and artillery school, AIT and artillery school in Oklahoma, Fort Sill.
Okay.
And then at the end of the stay there at Fort Sill, they asked me if I was interested in going airborne, and I said no. They said, well, it only cost you another year of your life to do that, and I said, still no. And they sent me to an airborne school anyway. So I went to Fort Benning and learned to jump out of perfectly good airplanes. Got stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, where the general there asked me to, didn't ask me, instructed me to go down to the stockade and organize a counseling section since I had a BS in psychology. Met this beautiful woman named Patsy, and that was 45, almost 46 years ago. Came out of the Army. I put in an application with the Virginia Department of Corrections as a counselor for a counseling position. They hired me because, I had experience as a correctional counselor. Had our first son in 1977. Moved out to Powhatan, where I was eventually became assistant warden over a therapeutic community for substance abusers and sex offenders. Department of Corrections put me on the move. They sent me down to Chesapeake as assistant warden for security and treatment. Then I got a promotion as warden at Marion Correctional Treatment Center, which was the acute care psychiatric facility for the Department of Corrections. Meantime, I got a 2-year sabbatical at the department's expense and on GI benefits. My master's in social work.
Oh, nice. From where was that from?
Virginia Commonwealth University.
Okay.
Very good social work school. Went back to work for the Department of Corrections when I got out. Became an assistant warden. Hopped around from one facility to another until they chose me for warden at Marion Correctional Treatment Center, which is their acute care facility for the Department of Corrections.
Okay.
Worked there for 7 years. After the second year, we lost our daughter to a cardiac arrhythmia. That was the first of many really tough and tragic experiences that my family's been through. I've actually written a book. The title of it is Lost But Not Forgotten. And it's about, how to survive and eventually thrive through the wilderness experiences that come at you in life. 11 years after our daughter's death, 1 year after our daughter's death, we lost our first grandchild, stillborn. And 11 years, almost to the day, our 16-year-old son was spinal cord injured from the waist down. That was the same year that I was diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Wow.
And my mother died that year. We've had a lot of challenges, but we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot about what to do in those periods of time where you're totally disoriented and you're thrown into a new experience, a new life experience where you don't know up from down, right from left, and you got to find your way through and out of that experience. That's what the book is about, is finding your way through wilderness experiences with God's help and the help of the people He sends, as well as learning how to thrive and become part of his kingdom work.
Well, that's, I mean, those are some terrible experiences. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I mean, so do you have any grandchildren then?
Yeah, I've got 5.
Wow.
We had 5 children. We've got 4 living, and they all live, you know, within 45 minutes of us around the Richmond area.
Wow.
Well, it's wonderful having family so close by. They just drop in almost any time, and that they're right at the top of the list of priorities. So whatever we're doing, when one of them comes over, we drop it. I've got a brand new granddaughter.
Congratulations.
By my youngest son. And I've got 2 older grandchildren by my daughter's, my daughter that my wife had by a previous marriage. And one of them went to VMI and is in the Army now.
Oh, nice.
First lieutenant, I think he's made first lieutenant.
Awesome.
Stationed up in Alaska in an airborne unit.
Nice.
Yeah. And really loving Alaska. The other son got caught up in drugs and just got out of the Department of Corrections. But he got job training in brick masonry.
Okay.
Just got a full-time job doing that.
Good.
And he's in a rehab program in Richmond and doing quite well. I saw him just 2 days ago, and he's bright-eyed, hugging us, and really enjoying being home and out. And